Hi everyone, my name is Dimitrios Zacharopoulos from Obipixel. I want to take you today through the book series that I've started creating, and that's the 9 Steps to series. Today specifically I'm going to take you through the one that really helped me throughout my entire year last year and the year before, and specifically for the last 12 months into boosting my Instagram account to well over 100,000 subscribers and or followers. And I wanted to just relate some of that information to my followers and my friends and my students that I work with throughout the year. And I wrote this book because it's all the things that I have done that have worked for me. Okay, and I know that they work for other people, but even if some of them are obvious, it doesn't matter. As long as you can take something away from this, then great. If you want some details on the particular book, please look at the description at the bottom of the video, or you'll see it popping up on the screen every so often. It's available for purchase on my website. All right, let's quickly go through the 9 steps, and I'm just going to briefly go through this just to give you a bit of insight as to and to show you what I've done, because it's quite an unusual situation. Not all Instagram accounts are the same. First of all, the first thing you got to do, step 1, would be to set up your Instagram account for success. In other words, choose the correct username. Now you could use your name and your surname, but of course that's not going to work for me. You know, I've got a 11 character name and a 13 character surname. You know, Dimitrios Zacharopoulos. Great name, but way too long for social media. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pick my company name, but I didn't want to just do a company name. You know, when you want to search for something online, you've got to be very distinctive. Otherwise, it doesn't come up very easily on the searches, or it doesn't come up in the top rankings. So I chose a way to do a username which is a little different, and then I put a underscore at the end of the name. So I chose Obipixel underscore, because I know that way if someone searches for my account, it's going to be the only account that pops up on the list. Okay, so it's kind of like a limited edition, and it's just my technique. You must pick the right username for your account and make it something distinctive and something new. Right, the second step, which is probably the most important step throughout this entire course that I put together in this book, is researching your hashtags. Now your hashtags are critical, absolutely paramount in terms of your posts. Just like Twitter. And remember, Twitter was never designed to be hashtagged. It was never designed to have the hashtags. It was just a mistake that happened in the company. All of a sudden they realized, oh, this is working very well for them. Same as Instagram. Hashtags are great for searching for content. But how did they find your content? Right, what you want to do is you want to research your hashtags. So pick the particular genre you want to work with. Let's say you're into beauty. Great. You're going to go and find other accounts that are doing a similar thing to you, or things that you want to do. Go and look at their hashtags, see what they're using. Try and find out if there's a hashtag that you can use that's similar to theirs, something that's almost the same as theirs, but something that doesn't equate to theirs. You can make something you can use a hashtag that they are using, but be sparingly. In other words, don't use their hashtags too much. Try and make a unique hashtag for only one reason, really, because when someone searches for something, it must come to you. Alright, because if it goes to their account and then it goes to you afterwards, or if it goes to their account and then you can see your account further down the list, you're not really capitalizing. But if you can make a hashtag that's similar to theirs, and then something that's going to work for you, perfect. So just think of it this way. Hashtags are great things because they look like waffles. Alright, so make them different. Okay? Now, the third step, which is very important, is creating engaging posts. Now, this is different for every account and every person. Some people will niche themselves into Instagram. They'll make an Instagram account that's specific to a particular task. That's fine. A lot of people have actually not understood how I've done 100,000 followers with the way I post, because I don't follow a particular niche. You see, photographers, they fall under this trap of, oh, I can only photograph portraits, or I'm only going to be a sports photographer, or I'm only going to do landscapes, you know, and what happens over time is they fall into the trap of only photographing those things. Yes, it's great for Instagram, but it's bad for your skills. Okay, as a photographer, in my case as a photographer, because other people are not necessarily photographers on Instagram, but as a photographer, I don't want to show just one thing I do. Of course not. If you give me any camera in the world, give me any camera, any phone, I can take a photograph. I have the fortune of growing up with a mother that was a photographer, and she taught me everything I know. So it doesn't really matter what camera I pick up. I can take a photograph of no matter what scene it is. Because photography, there are basics that you can follow, and you can photograph anything. So if you create engaging posts, no matter what the post is, no matter what genre or niche it is, you'll be okay. Just remember that you must put the right information in there. Strategize the hashtags, put the right keywords, have some information that's pointing somewhere else. Like, I target hashtags from other places. I will bring in content from other websites and push it to my Instagram account and show, hey, check this thing I've done today. And I don't just use Instagram here, but I put details in my posts. I say what I've done, where I took the shots, the settings of the shots, the camera gear that I've used. The hashtags are important, and I provide valuable information. I don't just put a picture and that's it, like so many Instagram accounts. They just put a picture and that's it. There's nothing else. You don't want to do that when you want to create an engaging post. And I do get a lot of engagement, but outside of Instagram as well. Okay. Now, when it comes, and you got to remember, you got to use social media as a tool, hey, because that's what it is today. Now, how do you choose the image to post? We live in a social media-rich world. Everything is driven by social media today. So we have to be cautious and we've got to be careful, but more importantly, we've got to be innovative. And it's difficult. You'll say, it's difficult to post something that's unique. No, every photograph you post is completely unique. Nobody else can take that photo you take. Even if it's with a phone, it doesn't matter. Okay? I have so many people telling me, yeah, but you got this great gear that you can take, great shots. No, I don't. I can take photographs with a phone, and I can take photographs with a disposable camera. It doesn't matter what you use, okay? The camera that's best for you is the camera you have in your bag, or the one that you have in your pocket. So why not use your phone? Phones today are not phones anymore. They're cameras and then they're computers. So doesn't matter what you post, but think about it. Choose the image you want to post. And don't just say, I want to post all the good stuff. It's not just about the good things. It's not always about being happy. Although, I like to be as happy as I can every day of my life. But it's not always about that. For example, pick different things. Your morning routine. Pick something you do in the morning. Something behind the scenes. Why you've done something. Promote someone else's account. A tip or a trick or a mention of something. Like, I'm going to mention my book, because why not? I've spent a long time working on this 9 Steps to series, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of my books, and they hardly sell for much, $1.99 and $2.99, really, really small pricing. But the point is, why should I not plug my books? Because at the end of the day, my mistakes, my learning is going to be beneficial to the next person who's going to buy the book, who's going to use my details. So that's why I'm doing this video, because I want help. My idea is to help people. That's what I love doing. That's one of the reasons why I became a security professional, and why I do instruction, why I teach people, because it's what I love doing. Okay, so why not bring something that can help you boost your account and boost your Instagram account like it's done for me? I have no problem with that. The more people in the environment, the better. So how do you choose what to post? Here's the trick. Post what makes you different on the day. Post what drives you for that day. What inspires you for that day. It doesn't matter if it's a good post, a bad post, an ugly post, a good-looking post. It means nothing. Post what's inspiring to you for the day and create information around that so that you engage your subscribers, your followers, okay? Because every picture tells a story, okay? A picture says 1,000 words. Now, the business side of things, let's take a look at it from another angle. Step 5 would be, let's identify and boost your best shots. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, if you get a lot of feedback and a lot of followers, and more importantly, a lot of likes on Instagram for a particular shot, then you know that's working. Then you know your followers are liking that particular kind of photography or those kind of shots. Don't fall into the trap of only taking that kind of photography, but try and boost those. And boost them not just within Instagram. Like, I use websites, and I use other companies, and I use Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and all those other social media platforms to boost Instagram as well. So I cross-link and side-link really between the systems. And I have a lot of traffic being pushed from our website across into Instagram. I mean, in fact, my website's been the biggest proponent for pushing my Instagram account. And a lot of people do it from the Instagram out. I don't like doing that. I like doing it from the outside in, because then I can control it better. So use the other platforms and identify the best shots, and then promote those, push those, advertise those, okay? And advertising meaning talk about them. Don't pay for adverts. Don't pay for followers and likes. That's wrong. Second of all, it's not going to work for you. There's no longevity in that. And third of all, it's not really organic. You want something that's going to grow naturally. Okay? Now, the other thing that's very important, which I've done a fair amount on, but step 6, I need to do a lot more this year, and I will. And once I've done more of this, I'm going to boost all the way to at least 200,000 to 300,000 at some point when it comes to followers. And that is Instagram stories. Now, that's like taking a couple of shots, making a couple of motion videos, and then pushing an Instagram story, telling people what you're doing, where you're doing it, how you're doing it. It's a great way of engaging more users. Because let's face it, we live in a media-rich world. We need to keep the attention of someone. And why would someone want to look at your account? Why would you want to look at my account? I have to ask you the question, why? There's so many other accounts. So the question is, what do I have to offer? And you've got to get a bit more personal with Instagram stories. So you're telling people what you're doing, how you're doing it, where you're doing it. And Instagram stories work well. And I've noticed my Instagram stories, when they tie up to my best shots from step 5, they work the best. Of course, closely tied to step 6 will be step 7, which would be, let's post videos. Don't just post photographs. Create videos for yourself. This gets a little trickier because not many people like to be behind the camera. And, it's one of these things where you just got to get more successful slowly over time. And you'll get more comfortable with yourself. Post some videos. Put yourself into the videos. Put yourself out there. It doesn't matter. Let people see who you are. Let them see what you're doing. And then make it engaging. The videos are a big difference because a video is far more capturing than a photograph. But bear this in mind. With photography, you can get away with mistakes. With video, not really. Okay? The most important thing in a video is audio. I hope my audio is okay today. But the most important thing in videos is an audio side of the video. So if you got bad audio, no one's going to listen to the video. But if you got great audio, it doesn't matter how good the video is, the audio is going to carry that video across. Just make sure you slowly enhance your videos and get them to be better and better. And eventually, you start moving into things like YouTube, which is what I've started doing. I never took on YouTube in the beginning because I was busy doing other things. I'm going to be taking on YouTube this year and next year, and I'll be pushing that account or that channel as much as I'm pushing this one. And I will succeed. I've just got to figure out what's going to work for me, okay? And one of the last steps, for example, step 8 would be, you can use this, but use it sparingly. Don't use it all the time. And that is carousels. Carousel meaning create multiple images to create a singular image output. I like using something like this in branding. Let's say I want to brand a product and I want to showcase something. Then I would use a carousel. I don't use a lot of this. I actually use carousels outside of Instagram for other things. But it does work with some accounts, but not everything. So use it sparingly, but it's very useful for boosting presence and keeping connection with your followers, because all of a sudden they see 5 or 6 shots of the same, of that particular thing that you're trying to post. And it's a great way of promoting a brand, promoting a product. It's a wonderful way of doing it, but you've got to get your layout right. You've got to design it correctly. This requires a bit of extra work to understanding how to use tools like Photoshop and Lightroom and Illustrator and all these great tools that can create layouts for you. Because when you post, everything has to work well together to create that product, okay, to create that brand. And of course, my last step in my book is run a contest, to boost engagement levels. I don't do a lot of that on Instagram, and that's one thing that's going to be coming soon, which I believe is very important. A lot of my friends who've done really well on Instagram, well over 1 million followers, have really helped me and showed me how to deal with this and how to handle contests. So I will be doing quite a few contests this year. But I do a lot of contests outside of Instagram, pushing back into Instagram. So that's how I've done it. But it's a very powerful way to engage levels and create feedback and get followers. Because, well, let's face it, if someone is going to get something by following you, that's brilliant, because they have something to gain. Not just look at your content, not just absorb and consume your content. They want to make something out of this. They want to get something out of this. And, let's all face it, we love something free. Why not? I mean, it would be nice if a lot more things in life were free, right? So, and that's really the 9 steps of this book. And really, I just wanted to take you through this book because I wanted to give you a little bit of insight into what's worked for me, okay, for the last 12, 18 months. And I'm happy and I'm successful with the particular Instagram account that I have, and my channel, and my websites that are pushing back and forward with content. And I wanted to relate that to you. So thank you for your time today. I hope you've enjoyed the basic sort of 9 steps. I go into much more depth into each one of those steps in my book. Please go ahead and look at the details in the book there at the bottom inside the description and at the bottom of the description area. The book is available for purchase on my website on obipixel.com/shop. But you'll see the details at the bottom of the video. And if you have any queries, if you have any questions, if you have anything to add, please get in touch with me, because nobody's perfect in life. I would love to be perfect, but it doesn't always work that way. And let me know. Let me know how you feel. Thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that every time I bring out a new video, at least you get notified that there's something new. And I'll be boosting my videos over time. I am a new YouTuber. I'm starting out. Never took on YouTube in the beginning because I concentrated on so many other media products that I was working on. But I think it's time to really push YouTube to another level. And I'm quite comfortable in front of the camera. As you can see, I've done this video in one take. I don't believe in cutting videos and editing videos. I think it's not necessary. But if you really want to do high production videos, then go ahead and do that. In my case, I'm quite happy to do short videos like this. And please see me on the next post. Cheerio.